Hey guys, and welcome to part 3 of my fashion show series. In today's episode, we'll be designing and making all the jewelry and glass pieces for the fashion show. So it's not gonna be so focused on sewing, it's more gonna be focused on the artsy part and the designing and all the glass pieces. If you didn't see the last two parts, I don't think you really need to see them for this one, but it would still be nice because then you're gonna fully know what's going on. I'm gonna link the playlist in the description if you wanna see me sewing the dresses and talking about the fashion show concept and the designs and everything like that. For those who are new, my mom is a glass artist, and together we're gonna be doing a fashion show. She's making the glass pieces, I'm sewing the dresses. There are three designs in our part of the fashion show. First is inspired by water, second is inspired by seaweed, and the third one is inspired by coral reefs. We kind of designed everything together, but some I did more of the designing, some of them my mom did more of the designing, but overall it's just kind of a group project. First, we wanted to make the seaweed inspired model because my mom wanted to try to make the glass pieces and see if it's actually possible to make it. As you can see here, she's trying to shape the glass and it just looks so magical. I don't know about you, but I love to watch this process because every time it's different and every time it's so interesting and so amazing to watch. So just enjoy, guys. Here you can see while I was sewing the water inspired one, my mom was putting together the seaweed inspired glass piece. I think it came out amazing and it's gonna look so nice on the runway. After this model was done, I moved on to designing the glass bra for the water inspired one. This one was a bit more complicated, I'd say. In the beginning, the idea was that the two glass pieces are gonna kind of make a bra and there's gonna be only two of them, but my mom tried that and she just couldn't do it at home because she doesn't have equipment for pieces this big. I had to kind of switch the idea around, and in the end, it came out even better than the design before. That's why I love the designing process because it's just so fun. It changes all the time, you have to keep up with it, and you have to come up with new ideas, and always the new ideas are better than the first ones. And I just love when problems like this push you to figure out new things because that's why we're creating. We just want to make new stuff and come up with new things. And these problems always push you to think about something new. So we just had to make the glass pieces smaller, which also meant I didn't know how to put it on the body because I was scared kinda her nips are gonna just slip out of the little holes in between the glass pieces, which we really didn't want. I tried to figure it out just so the glass piece would be in the middle of her breast, but you never know. So we thought we would make a top out of the silk fabric and then sew these glass pieces on it, but in the end it just looked weird. It wasn't looking the best. I didn't like it, my mom didn't like it. We both felt like it kind of needs to be on the body to look the best. So I thought, what if we tied it together as if it was a corset? My mom was so scared, and I know why. Because, like, drilling into glass is a problem of its own, and in our case, we just don't have the equipment for pieces this big, but we also didn't have time to ask someone to make them for us, so we just had to hope it's gonna work. But in the end, I think it came out perfect, and only one piece broke. Of course, it was the biggest one, but my mom was able to make it again. And the second time it didn't break, which was just such a relief. Now I'm gonna show you how my mom was making the glass pieces. As you can see, all the glass pieces came out great, and we also needed to drill holes in it, and there needed to be a lot of holes. So my mom was a bit stressed because, like, drilling into glass is kind of a struggle of its own, and drilling into piece that's this big and wasn't made in like the big workshop is also a bit crazy. But thank God, everything came out amazing in the end, and I was able to start sewing the glass pieces together. Okay, it was almost impossible to find a ribbon in this color, but we somehow managed. So that's perfect because it's the same color as the skirt. The only thing is, I'm scared that, like, the only reason why it looks good is because of the white. Like, obviously, this is just something I found at home. Like, I wouldn't use this. But I'm scared that it looks good because it's sewn together with white. And I don't know how this is gonna look with, like, the glass pieces. So I'm gonna try, and if it doesn't work, I'm gonna buy a white one and do it with that. But for now, I'm gonna try it with this one. Okay, so like halfway through, as you can see, I kind of decided I want to use this ribbon. So yeah, I'm gonna try it here, I think, and see if it looks good, which I think it will, which is kind of unfortunate because I have to take this whole thing apart and sew it back together with this. And this already took me like an hour and a half, I think. So yeah, it's gonna be painful, but also I think maybe with this one it's gonna be easier and faster. I don't know, we'll see. But I think unfortunately this is gonna look better because it's like nice and see-through. So that's why, compared to this, like this is the right color of the fabric of the skirt, but this is the same color as the glass. That's why I'm kind of thinking it's gonna look better. So yeah, let's try it and see. Okay, so I still need to finish off a few edges, but I wanna try to fit it around the mannequin just to see if it actually works or not. I went to like 5 stores and I didn't manage to find anything similar to that nice see-through ribbon. So I just had to use both of them, but I think in the end it kind of worked out because the other ribbon is very close to the color of the skirt. It tied the top to the skirt nicely. Stay tuned for the next video where I'm gonna show you the results on the models. Let's move on to the last piece. This one was kind of different because it wasn't really a jewelry piece. It was more of just a lot of glass beads sewn on the dress. I made my mom like 3 example pieces just so she knows how I want the beads to be shaped. And then she just sat down for like 2 days, I think, and she made a giant bucket just full of coral reef shaped beads. So when I received this, I was ready to just sew it on the dress. First, I took the sewing pattern that I had left over from the dress and I started to lay out the glass pieces just so I knew how I want it to look, because I think if I sewed it on straight away, it just would be a disaster because I wouldn't know where everything should lay. So this was a better way to do it. After I laid everything on the sewing pattern and I knew what I'm gonna do, I started sewing it on. But that's something you're gonna see in the next video because I just can't show you everything now. So give this video a like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye!